Hey, this is David. I want to show you today something that I made for a demo day a week ago. I made a smart GPT chat that can access different tools, and this relies on two different insights. One, the React thinking process, which is going through forcing LLMs to think in a structured way, and two, giving it different tools that a GPT program can use. So what does this actually mean? Let's play around with it for a bit. Say we want to actually look up a question on, or work with GPT to ask something like, who built Midjourney? The answer we get is something that's pretty wrong. David Holtz is the one that created Midjourney and founded it originally. How might we use GPT-3 to get the right answer? So one obvious answer is we can connect to the internet and let it search off of information on Wikipedia. And to do this, I'm using LangChain and giving it access to Wikipedia through a search tool. So going back to our first insight, we were forcing the LLM, GPT-3, to go through this iterative process. It repeatedly has a thought. So for here, it searches, realizes it needs to use a search tool and find out who built Midjourney. And action 2, it searches using a search tool and the parameter Midjourney to get information about it. And 3, getting an observation, getting information about Midjourney. Then it goes on to do this search process, or this iterative process, multiple times, having another thought about the information above, taking another action, and in this case it realizes it has to finish with the answer, and then returning it as the without needing another observation. This is something pretty simple, but what if we gave it additional tools? What if we could say, like, email DT song at Sanford Radio, hello world. I made another tool to do that, and you can actually do it. It has a thought, realizes it needs to send an email with the right parameters using a search tool with the right action, takes that action, and then realizes it's done. So just as we needed, we can actually see it probably pop up here in a second or so. Boom, pretty cool. But the cool part is, I realized that LLMs are going to be a new operating system and make things possible. It's going to be able to glue together different tools, different services that we use, and be able to connect it with the right data that we already have today. So this is kind of, let me show you another example here. So we might want to do something like, email me a summary about OpenAI, or email DT song at Sanford.edu. And they can actually just use multiple tools together and take the inputs and outputs of them and combine them together. So it looks up a summary about OpenAI, then it uses the email tool and it does things just as we want it to be. So it's pretty nifty. We can also say email my calendar availability to David T. Song, DT Song at Sanford.edu. So you might imagine that we have more specialized bots that we can create. So an executive assistant, we can connect this to email and have GPT-3 be the one scheduling your meetings for you. Or we might imagine something specialized that can order things online for you. It can go onto different websites or use different APIs. So I think the potentials are here. And next steps for me, I'm going to go out and build some of the original ideas behind Siri, which is that it's actually a new interface, new operating system using voice and natural language to do different actions. And I think it seems like by using the React thinking framework, we can generalize different tools that we make and connect them together. And it actually allows for really, really unique product experiences that haven't been able to be built before. So I hope you found this interesting. Feel free to reach out and chat if you have any questions. Thanks so much for listening in.